Hi, I'm Vicky of Bondatrix. I have a YouTube channel which is lots of BDSM videos all about how-tos. So how to do practical things, talking more about the aspects of going to clubs and meeting people and socializing and how to do BDSM aspects. This video I'm going to talk about the difference between real leather and synthetic leather. So most of the stuff that you buy these days from China is all synthetic leather. I don't know if I've ever had something from China that has arrived that is real leather. And most BDSM gear now, unless you're shopping with small independent businesses like Bondatrix.com, most of the others, all the stuff that you get cheap on Amazon, on all these Chinese sites, is all made in China and is all this synthetic leather, vegan leather, PU leather, and there's too much out there talking about as if this is a good thing. And I want to counteract that I think it's a benefit for vegans and vegetarians who really don't like the idea of using any kind of animal products. But for the rest of us, all this PU leather, synthetic leather, vegan leather is generally terrible for the environment because it doesn't last. So this is a pair of cuffs that I've made brand new with real leather. So this is strong belting leather, industrial lock stitch, welded D-ring, made in the UK. This you can pull and pull and pull, and it's not going to break, it's not going to come apart. You're not going to tie someone up with it and by the end of the scene they've broken it and it's fit for the bin. This is a cuff that I made over 10 years ago. Again, the same design, and if you look closely you can see it's a little bit worn. There's a little bit more movement in the D-ring than there used to be in the brand new pair, but it's still a strong cuff. You can still use it for heavy bondage and it's still not breaking, and this is 10 years. Once you get to synthetic leather from China, it's this thin plasticky stuff. It stretches, it doesn't have any strength to it. You can break through it. A lot of the time they use unwelded D-rings as well that are a lot thinner and just snap and come out straight away. But even if they don't, like that leather, I can bend it with my fingers already. You can tell that it's not going to last more than a few months, and then it ends up in landfill. Even like something like that, if someone gave that back to me, I could put a proper leather strap on and keep this silicone part, because that's going to take forever to break down if it ever does, and I can reuse all the metal bits for them. But generally people haven't got access to leather and an industrial sewing machine that they can just do that at home, and they'd be a bit too embarrassed often as well to try and go anywhere to get it repaired, so they tend to just throw these things away in the bin. And in the worst case scenario, sometimes they'll think, well, BDSM gear's crap and it breaks straight away and I can't actually tie this person up and do the things that I want to do, and they give up on things. The lucky ones find out about companies like myself and realise that there's proper good quality equipment out there that they can buy to then be able to do the play sessions that they want to without the equipment breaking, and also without creating landfill after a couple of play sessions that's just going to keep filling up the landfill in this world basically and destroy everything. So have a think next time you're shopping. If you're a vegan and you definitely don't want to buy any leather, that is completely fine and a valid choice because you're making it for a decision about the animals. But if you're making it based on a decision of thinking, well, it sounds like it's cruelty-free leather, that's how they're selling it these days sometimes, then have a think about, is that important, or is it important actually on the environmental side that I buy something that is real leather that is going to last a long time, that years later I will still be using that same pair of cuffs. I won't have had to keep buying more and more cuffs all the time, because even if a cheap pair of cuffs on Amazon is a few pounds versus a good quality leather pair at £60, by the time you've bought those Amazon ones 40 times over, you'd have still been better off buying one good quality pair of cuffs that you haven't had to keep shopping, keep being in for deliveries, keep throwing that stuff into landfill, and just have that one reliable pair of cuffs that you can go to time and time again throughout the years for your play sessions. Thank you for listening.